Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the show that makes big winners out of the lowest scorers. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
So I'm Steph, this is my husband Stephen, and we're from Preston.
Couple number two.
I'm Caius, this is my friend Paul, and we're from Harrow.
Couple number three.
I'm Jane, this is my husband Chris, and we're from Birmingham.
And finally, couple number four.
I'm Shirley, this is my quizzing buddy Shush. I'm from London, he's from Northampton.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. A very warm welcome to Pointless. It's wonderful to have you all here. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce, a stand-up who's done Strictly. So he'll make you ha-ha-ha, as well as he can... You can probably fill the rest of that in yourselves. It is my Pointless friend, it's Chris Ramsey.
Hello.
How are you, Chris?
I'm fine, and I'm glad to say that me ha-ha-ha is a lot better than me cha-cha-charing.
I think your cha-cha-charing was a piece of poetry.
I think I might have been the only person in that series where, you know, when you leave the show and Tess says, are you going to keep the dancing? Are you going to keep up the dancing? Am I the only one that didn't ask that too? Because the new on live telly, I would go, no way! Difficult.
Cross your fingers.
Yeah, it's difficult show.
Yeah. Lovely to have you back, though. He's come back. That's good news. Yeah, he's come back. And everything. Now, Jill and Susie got through to the final last time, their first and only Pointless appearance, and they did not win the jackpot. So we are adding another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £4,250. Well, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Now, it is the tradition on Pointless that we will eliminate the pair with the highest score at the end of each round. So just do everything you can to make sure your scores are low. Best of luck to everybody. With that, our first category today is musical doubles. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second, and whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns artists who had simultaneous UK #1 singles and albums. Chris.
Yeah, so we are going to show on the board 7 pairs of singles and albums by the same artist in that order. In each case, both the single and the album were #1 in the official UK charts at the same time. We'll give you the artist's initials and the year that both the album and the song went to #1. Good luck.
Let's reveal our first board of 7 clues. Here they are. Papa Don't Preach, True Blue, M, 1986. Cars, The Pleasure Principle, GN, 1979. We Found Love, Talk That Talk, R, 2011. Good For You, Sour, OR, 2021. Woman in Love, Guilty, BS, 1980. Good Luck Charm, Blue Hawaii, EP, 1962. And You're Beautiful, Back to Bedlam, JB, 2005. There we are. Steph, welcome to Pointless.
Thank you.
Terrific to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Steph.
So I'm a deputy manager at a GP surgery in Preston.
Very good indeed. When the surgery door closes, what do you like to get up to?
So I'm a big fan of board games and puzzles. So that's what we tend to do. We go to our friend's house, have a board game night.
See, that's good. Therefore, it has to be a game that's over in the space of an evening,
Yes.
presumably. So have you ever had to abandon the game and just say, oh, actually, do you know what? We're all exhausted.
We did play a game recently where you all work together. My friend kept, like, putting bad things down on the board, so we were at that point, we were going to abandon ship.
And you said, look, I've got to practice to deputy run in the morning. Now, Steph, what are you going to go for?
I'm going to go for OR, Good For You and Sour, and go for Olivia Rodrigo.
Olivia Rodrigo says Steph. Shall we see how many of our 100 people said Olivia Rodrigo? Absolutely, Olivia Rodrigo gets us off to a cracking start. Look at that, down it tumbles. 15, very well done indeed. Steph, great start.
Brilliant start. Olivia Rodrigo released them at the age of just 18 years old.
I mean, where do you go from there, Chris?
It's peaking too early, in my opinion.
It's peaking too early. I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it is. Think about that, Olivia. There we are. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Kai, welcome to Pointless. It's terrific to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm a video edit assistant.
Very good. See, that sounds fun. What in practice does that mean?
Pretty much taking in all the footage that they would film for something and prepare it for an edit.
I mean, the next level up is the job that everybody secretly wants to do, which is the editing job.
Yeah.
Do you ever sit in on the edits?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Jealously.
Yeah. Oh, but just think one day. Or do you find yourself thinking, interesting decision, I wouldn't have gone with that. That's not the take I'd have
Yeah,
selected
definitely.
there. Kai, what are you going to go for?
I think I'm going to go for the last one as James Blunt.
James Blunt for Back to Bedlam and You're Beautiful. How many of our 100 said James Blunt? James Blunt is absolutely right. 15 is the only score we have at the moment. Look at that, 51. A little bit higher.
Yeah, brilliant answer. Back to Bedlam. It was the biggest-selling album of the noughties for James Blunt.
Was it really?
Biggest-selling. I mean, he came in with a bang, didn't he? You're Beautiful
did.
was huge.
Yeah, there we go.
Good answer.
Jane, welcome back.
Hi.
Lovely to have you back with us,
Thank
Jane.
you.
Look what a splash of colour you brought to the studio. Thank you for that as well. Tell us a little bit more about yourself, Jane.
So in my spare time, where I can, I'd like to have a bit of a karaoke, if I can.
Very nice indeed. Is there a particular song that you like to sing?
I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston.
Oh.
It's one of my sort of go-to songs.
Oh, do people's lighters come out and held aloft as you sing? Oh.
Either that or they throw a bucket of water over me.
Well, Jane, I wouldn't like to say. Now, what are you going to go for on our board?
I think I'm going to go for Good Luck Charm, Blue Hawaii, Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley, says Jane. Should we see how many of our 100 people said Elvis Presley? Elvis Presley is right. 51 is our high score. And you pass it. Look at that. 43. So how do you like that? Elvis scoring less than James Blunt.
Yeah, it's mad, mad world, isn't it?
Oh, well, there you go. That's the wheel turning.
Yeah, without re-releases, Elvis has also got the most UK #1s of any artist.
OK, so take that, James Blunt.
Yeah, so don't
Yeah.
get too big for your boots, Blunt.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Shirley. Welcome back to Pointless for this,
Hello again.
which is your last show. It pains me to say. Lovely to have you back, though. Tell us a bit more about yourself.
A retired primary school teacher and now a badminton coach.
Do you keep up with a lot of your old pupils?
Sometimes I bump into them on the street and I don't remember them, but they remember me.
Well, yes, of course. That's always the way, isn't it?
And the best one is when one of them saw me in Sainsbury's and she just burst into tears.
In a nice way.
Yes, she hugged me. She hugged me because she'd gone to Oxford and
You see?
I contributed to that. So.
You absolutely did. But the thing is, you haven't changed, whereas they always have.
Thank you.
And they've grown into adults. Now, Shirley, you're the last person to have this board. Would you like to fill in all the blanks?
Okay, so the top one, Papa Don't Preach, True Blue, that's Madonna. The next one is Gary Newman. We Found Love, Talk That Talk, Rihanna. Women in Love, Guilty, Barbara Streisand. Yep, so I'm going for Cars, The Pleasure Principle, Gary Newman.
I think that is the right answer. I don't know. Who would have I known? It was a cracking album. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Gary Newman. Gary Newman is right. Well, 51 is our high score and you pass it. 15 is our low score and you pass it. Very well done indeed, Shirley. Back in the room, 11 for Shirley. Sterling
work. Cleared up the entire board and picked the lowest answer. Wonderful. Do you want to sit here? So we've got Papa Don't Preach, True Blue. That had a score of 79. That was Madonna. And then Rihanna, 41 for Rihanna. And Barbara Streisand, 20. Very well done.
Thank you very much indeed. We are halfway through the round, so let's have a quick look at those scores. 11, Shirley, well done. Best score of the past. Shirley and Shush looking terrific. 15 is where we find Steph and Stephen. Then up to 43, where we find Jane and Chris. And then up to 51, where we find Kai and Paul. So, Paul, you find yourself ahead, but not by too much. So, yes, find a lovely low-scoring answer on the next board, and let's hope that keeps you in the game. Good luck. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more artists who had simultaneous UK #1 singles and albums on the board, and here they are. We have 7 Rings, Thank You Next, AG, 2019. Candy, Take the Crown, RW, 2012. Hello, Can't Slow Down, LR, 1984. In My Feelings, Scorpion, D, 2018. Bleeding Love, Spirit, LL, 2007. Sailing, Atlantic Crossing, RS, 1975. And Without You, Music Box, MC, 1994. There we are. Shush, welcome back to Pointless.
Thank you.
Shush, I can't believe there are things we haven't discussed, but there must be. Will you bring more stuff to light about Shush that we don't yet know?
He's very enigmatic, isn't he?
Yeah.
I do a bit of stargazing.
Do you?
Yeah, I've got a telescope and do some astronomy out in the countryside, so yeah, it's nice.
Someone introduced me to an app the other day that you can just hold up to the sky and it'll tell you what you're there.
Yeah, it's kind of cheating, really, isn't it? Yeah.
That's disgusting.
I didn't say that. Forget I said that. Let me finish, and I thought that was awful.
Lovely save.
There we are. Shush, look, you're on 11, 39 or less. Even at this early stage of the pass, we'll get you into round 2.
Yeah, so I'll go for 7 Rings, Thank You next. Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande says shush. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Here's your red line. Ariana Grande is right. Look at that, gets you through. 37 is what it scores. You've taken your score up to 48.
Yes, absolutely right. Ariana Grande, 37 there. Thank You Next was the name of the album. It was #1 on the album charts for 3 weeks, and she also had 3 #1 songs from that album.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Chris. Chris, welcome back. Good to have you here again. Tell us more about yourself, Chris.
Well, as I said, I'm now retired, and one of our major jobs these days is occasionally looking after our 2 grandchildren, Bella and Trixie.
Oh, hello, Bella and Trixie, by the way. Hi.
Yeah.
And how old are Bella and Trixie?
Well, Bella's 9 and Trixie's 6.
Oh, but that's a great age, isn't it?
Well, Trixie's a sort of potential musical star. She's for always dancing and loves the spotlight. And to some extent, she might have picked up a little bit of my history. My grandfather was a musical comedian.
Was he really?
Back around the First World War.
Very nice. Of course, that's fantastic. Now, Chris, you are on 43. 7 or less is what we require at this stage.
Well, I have to go for the only one that I actually know, and that's sailing at Atlantic Crossing, and that's Rod Stewart.
Rod Stewart says, Chris, here is your red line. It's low, but that's a great answer. Let's see what happens when we say Rod Stewart. Rod Stewart is right. 52 for Rod Stewart. Takes your total up to 95.
Very nice. It's called Atlantic Crossing, not just the name of the album. It actually marked it as Rod moved from London to Los Angeles.
Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Paul, welcome to Point. This is great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Paul.
I'm a computer science student currently studying 2nd year, and in my free time, I like to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Very good indeed. So where are you studying your computer science, Paul?
Brunel University.
Brunel, enjoying it?
Yeah, it's all right.
And that is a 3-year course?
4 years.
4 years. OK, so halfway through. Very good. Now, Paul, you are on 51. 43 or less is what we're looking for from you. What are you going to go for?
To be entirely honest, I know absolutely nothing on this board. The only famous person I can think of with those initials right now, I don't even think they're a musical artist, Bleeding Love Spirit, Lindsay Lohan.
I was really hoping you were going to go for a politician there, but there we are. You have gone for Lindsay Lohan, Bleeding Love Spirit. Should we find out if that is right? You get a red line. There it is. Not Lindsay Lohan, I'm afraid, Paul. That scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 151. Sorry about that.
Yeah, incorrect, sorry. Not a bad guess, but we'll give the correct answer at the end of the round.
Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Stephen, welcome to Point. It's terrific to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Stephen.
I'm a sales assistant at a family-run hardware store in Darwin, which is a little town near Blackburn.
Very nice indeed. And what do you love getting up to when you're not doing that?
I play golf, much to Steph's dismay.
Oh, no. Why doesn't Steph like that?
She calls herself a golf widow in the summer because I tend to play
Do you play a lot
weekends.
of golf?
Yeah.
I see. To Steph?
She's been once.
Wasn't for me.
But what about maybe is there a group of others golf widows, maybe, Steph? Can you maybe hook up with them?
Yeah, Stephen's mum will be one.
Ah, I see. Now then, Stephen, you are on 15, which means you are through to the next round. Steph has set you up absolutely beautifully. Doesn't matter what you score here, you are through anyway. Would you like to talk us through the board and fill in the blanks?
I think Candy is Robbie Williams. I think Hello is Lionel Richie. In My Feelings, I think is Drake. Bleeding Love, Leona Lewis. And then Without You, I think could be Mariah Carey. But I'll go for the one that I know is right, which is Bleeding Love, Leona Lewis.
Leona Lewis. There we are. Not, I'm afraid, Lindsay Lohan. No red line for you, as you are already through. How many of our 100 said Leona Lewis? Leona Lewis is right. And Look at that. 51 is what it scores you, taking your total up to 66.
Yeah, Leona Lewis's debut album, Spirit, sold over 375,000 copies in the first week and went on to sell a phenomenal 7 million copies. And I think you cleared up that entire board. Robbie Williams, that would have got you 19. Hello, Can't Slow Down, Lionel Richie would have got you 38. Drake, or as my mate Vic Reeves once called him, Derek, gets you 10. And Mariah Carey was the bottom, 15. Unfortunately, you picked the highest one there out of all the ones you knew, which is a bit of a shame, but you cleared the ball, which I always find extremely impressive.
Thank you very much indeed, Chris. That brings us to the end of our first round, and it means we have to say goodbye to our first pair. I am so sorry, Paul and Kai. We send you home as the high scorers at the end of this round. We are expecting great things from you when you come back next time, but we'll look forward to that. Paul and Kai, brilliant. But for the remaining 3 pairs, now time for round 2. Now 3 pairs remain. Well done. We've made it to the dizzy heights of round 2. Shirley, our lowest individual scorer. Shirley and Shush, our lowest combined scorers. So very well done on that far podium, but you were all brilliant. Every single one of you. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 today is words. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns words made from letters in the following word grid.
OK, so this is brand new for Pointless, very exciting. On the board, we're going to show you a 9-letter word grid with the letter S highlighted in the centre. It's going to look like this. Boom. Take it in. Now, what we're doing, we're looking for any word in the app version of the Chambers Dictionary which can be made up from the letters in this word grid. Every word must contain S, which is why the S is highlighted. The word can be of any length, and you can only use each letter as many times as you see it on the grid. And we might ask you to spell your answer.
OK, there we are. This is very exciting. I'm just going to read out those letters. Here they come. N-T-A-R-S. And S is the important one because that has to feature in all of your words. G-M-O-R. And Steph, we come to you first.
I'm struggling, I'll be honest. I can see 2 obvious, but I think they'll be high. But I'll just go with storm, because that's the obvious one I can see.
You are going to go with storm. Let's see how many of our 100 people said storm. This is not bad.
Not bad at all. Got to round off to a storm and start. Eh?
This is why you're
That's why I'm
here.
here. That's why I get the big... I think that deserves one of them.
Thank you very much indeed, Chris. I can't believe it. We've done over 2,000 of these shows, and nobody has yet made use of that facility.
Really?
Unbelievable.
It's because it's actually worryingly close to the edge of the stage.
Yeah. Now, Jane, what would you like to go for?
Oh, snag, S-N-A-G.
Snag. Shall we see how many of our 100 said snag? Snag is right. Look at that, beats. Oh, down to 5. Look at that, snag. Very well done indeed, Jane.
We all know what snag means, but what I didn't know is it's the Australian slang term for sausage.
All right, bang another snag on there.
Yeah. Not shrimps
Right.
on the barbie, a couple of snags on the barbie. Fantastic.
Thank you very much indeed. Shirley, we're making words from these letters, but they have to include an S. What are you going to go for?
Stag, S-T-A-G.
Stag, says Shirley. Let's see how many of our 100 said stag. Stag is right. And that goes down to 22. 22 for stag.
Very good. Stag, obviously male deer. Or, I didn't know this, a man who goes to dances and parties unaccompanied by a woman.
Well now, heavens to Betsy.
We all know stag do.
Well,
but a
yes.
man who just goes to parties on his own is a stag.
A stag,
Any
alone.
party can be a stag do as long as you're on your own.
On
How
your own.
exciting.
Thank you very much indeed. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 5, Jane, very well done indeed. By far the strongest score there. Then we travel up to 21, where we find Steph and Stephen, and then up to 22, where we find Shirley and Shush. I mean, there's only a point between you, so who knows what will happen on this next pass. Good luck, everybody. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Well now, We are looking for words that you can make from these letters, including the middle letter S, of course. Shush. What would you like to go for?
I'll say Tarns, T-A-R-N-S.
Tarns. There's no red line for you, Shush. I'm afraid you're the high scorers at the moment. Let's see how many of our 100 said Tarns. Look at that. You see, that's how you do it. Shush, showing us how you get a pointless answer in this lovely new word grid round. £250, that adds to the jackpot, being a pointless answer, taking the total up to £4,500. And also, being a pointless answer, it scores you nothing and leaves your total at 22. So very well done indeed, Shush.
Brilliant. Genuinely thought you'd made that word up. I'd never heard of that before.
It's a lake.
Yep.
In Cumbria.
It's so good. So good. Yeah, it's a small mountain lake. I'm so impressed by that, I forgot what I'm even supposed to be doing.
There you go. Thank you very much indeed. Chris, you are on 5, by the way. 16 or less is what we require.
Yeah, I'm thinking about a very similar type of thing, but around moats, M-O-A-T-S.
Moats, says Chris. Here is your red line. Shall we see where we end up with moats? Good enough. And it's pointless. Very well done indeed, Chris. Being pointless, it adds another £250 to today's jackpot, taking the total up to £4,750. Scores you nothing, leaves your total at 5. Brilliant.
Brilliant. I knew that word. Very proud of myself.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, trenches around a castle or fortified place with water in them.
Nice.
Brilliant
Oh,
word.
yes, water in them.
Hmm.
Nice.
2 water-based pointless answers.
There we go. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Stephen, you're on 21. We need a pointless answer from you. But listen, we've had 2 already. I hope they've given you some good ideas.
I've got a couple.
Yeah.
But the one I'm going to go for is mortars, which is M-O-R-T-A-R-S.
Mortars. Mortars. I think that's the longest word anyone's given us yet. It's also the longest wait anyone's had for giving their answer. But let's see, mortars. We need a pointless answer. It'd be lovely if this worked for you. Mortars is right. That is very exciting indeed. That gets you into the head-to-head. It's another pointless answer. It adds another £250 to the jackpot, taking the total up to a lovely round £5,000. Scores you nothing, leaves your total at 21, but much more importantly, gets you into the head-to-head. Very well done indeed, Stephen.
Brilliant. What a satisfying round. And mortars, we mean this in this term as in when someone says it's bricks and mortar, because you work at hardware, don't you? Yeah. So that's where that came.
Oh, you see.
And it's made with cement, sand and water. So that's 3 water-based pointless answers in a row.
Amazing.
Just
you see, I thought you were just sitting there. He's not.
This is turned on and everything.
Always, yes. I'm going to try one.
Yes, please do. There's loads.
Oh, there'll be tons. I'm going to go for strang. S-T-R-A-N-G.
Strang.
Strang. Strang.
Strang?
Hey, strang. He's a good strang lad. That's me speaking Scottish there.
It's not there. It's 100 points.
That's rang. That's not.
It's rang. It's very, very rang. So you could have had angst, grands, mangoes, matrons, ransom, snog. We all know what that means. Snot rag, lovely. That's a nice slang one you could have had. Strong arm.
It's good.
Yeah.
I should have thought
Togas.
that one.
And there's another one for you closer to home that would have done all letters.
Armstrong. Look at that.
Armstrong.
I mean, you'd have thought I would have spotted that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a good sign that I didn't.
Means you're not self-centered.
exactly.
You're not a
Yeah.
narcissist.
Yeah, there you are. Thank you very much indeed, Chris. That brings us to the end of our second round. I can't bear it, Shush and Shirley. Oh, you were outstanding in round 1. I thought you were going all the way, and this is where we say goodbye. It's been really lovely having you on the show. Thank you so much for coming to play, Shush and Shirley. For the remaining 2 pairs, though, it's now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Stephen and Steph, Jane and Chris. You're now 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £5,000. That's amazing. We have this little bonus opportunity now to throw some more money into that jackpot by seeing if we can have a bit of fun finding some pointless answers. Here goes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many bartenders in the Rover's return as they could, Chris.
Yeah, so you're going to see 6 options. 4 of them are characters who have served behind the bar of the Rover's return in Coronation Street, obviously. 2 of these are scoring, 2 of them are pointless. 2 of the 6 aren't Corrie bar staff at all. 250 in the jackpot for each pointless answer. Bit of fun. Good luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Can you find the pointless Corrie bartenders from these 6? And I give you Holly Bradshaw, Concepta Riley, Oscar Blaketon, Kieran McCarthy, Vernon Tomlin and Tina Fowler. If anyone knows anything, speak up.
So I watched Corrie, but I don't know any of them on that list, so I can't help you.
I think Concepta Riley might be an early one.
Concepta Riley.
Well, Stephen and Steph, who would you like to nominate as a pointless bartender?
I think Kia McCarthy. We'll go Kia McCarthy.
You're going to go Kieran McCarthy. Shall we find out if Kieran McCarthy is a pointless Corrie bartender? Ooh, it's a bartender from Corrie. And it's a pointless one. Very well spotted / guessed. Jane and Chris, would you like to see if you can find the other one?
Concepta.
Concepta. Okay.
We're going to go for Concepta Riley.
please.
Let's find out if Concepta Riley is another pointless bartender from the Rover's return. It's a correct answer. Oh! 3 people remembered Concepta Riley. There we are.
Tina Fowler was a scoring answer. She scored 3. Oscar Blaketon was a red herring. That was a pub owner in Heartbeat, not in Coronation Street. And 1 is pointless and 1 is a red herring. Sander?
I am going to say Holly Bradshaw is pointless.
Holly Bradshaw was a red herring because she's a Team GB Olympic pole vaulter, so she clears
The bar.
different kind of bars. Vernon Tomlin is pointless.
Well, thank you very much indeed. Well, look, you managed to find 1 pointless answer, which means we can add £250 to the jackpot, taking the total up to £5,250. But who will be playing for it? Well, let's find out in the head-to-head. Well, now, the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. You're now allowed to confer before you give your answers. It's a lovely big jackpot, so best of luck to both pairs. Here is your first question, and it is all about root vegetables above ground. Chris.
I'm going to show you 5 pictures of root vegetables. These are photographs of the leaves and the flowers of the plants that are growing above the ground, not the root vegetable itself. We'll give you the first and last letters of the vegetables' names. Can you name the root vegetable that the fewest out of our 100 named? Good luck.
Thank you very much indeed. So can you identify these root vegetables by their above-ground appendages? And here they are. We have A, PP. B, SY. C, JMAE. D, CT. And EPO. There we are. Now then, Stephen and Steph, you're our low scorers. You get to go first.
I know what C is. Short to go for C.
If you know C, go C. I only know the obvious.
Can we go for C and Jerusalem artichoke?
C, Jerusalem artichoke, say Stephen and Steph. Now then, Jane and Chris, can you talk us through that board?
Bottom 2 are these carrots and these potatoes.
Potato. Go for the carrot.
I'm going to have to go with carrot.
You're going to go D, carrot. So we have Jerusalem artichoke and carrot. Stephen and Steph are saying Jerusalem artichoke for C. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. That is a very good answer. Very well done indeed. 7 for Jerusalem artichoke. Meanwhile, Jane and Chris have gone for D, carrot. Shall we see how many of our 100 said carrot? Yep. I did think that was quite a... I mean, yes.
Blindingly obvious.
There's quite a lot on display there, as it were. So, yes, Stephen and Steph, well done. After one question, you are up 1-0.
One person of the 100 didn't get that.
I know, isn't that extraordinary? I think I can do all of these, actually.
I feel like you might be able to. I can see that 20
so, yes, obviously, E, we've got potato there. That'll be a big one.
Yeah, wonderful. That was 44.
Then A is parsnip.
Yeah, awesome. That was 27, not a bad answer.
And then B, I know this because I've only ever seen it on menus. I'm not sure if I've ever said it out loud, so I don't know how you pronounce it, but salsify, which is obviously my favourite Simple Minds song, but salsify.
Yeah, that was the best on the board. That was 2. Score of 2.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed. Now, here comes your second question. Jane and Chris, you've got to win this one to stay in the game. So very, very best of luck. Our second question is all about unusual demonyms. Chris.
We're going to show you 5 words for people from various cities around the world. None of these, say it again?
Demonyms.
Demonyms are formed by simply putting I, A, N or ER on the end of the current city's name. So you cannot have Parisian, you cannot have Londoner. We'll also tell you the country that each city is in. Obviously, tell us the name of the city that the fewest of our 100 people knew. And good luck if you're playing along at home.
Thank you very much indeed. So can you identify the cities that these demonyms apply to? Neapolitan, Italy. Carioca, Brazil. Madrileño, Spain. Haligonian, Canada. And Habanero, Cuba. Jane and Chris will go first.
The fourth one down is at Halifax.
Halifax for Haligonian. Halifax, say Jane and Chris. Now then, Stephen and Steph, would you like to talk us through that board?
I think the top one's Naples. The third one would be Madrid. The bottom one, Havana. The Brazil one could be Rio de Janeiro. We're having Rio in the middle. So second one, Carioca being Rio de Janeiro.
Rio de Janeiro. So we have Halifax and we have Rio de Janeiro. Well, Jane and Chris went for Halifax for Haligonian. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. It is Halifax. And down and down and down that goes. There's a great answer. 3 for Halifax. Very well done indeed. Meanwhile, Stephen and Steph have gone for Carioca. For Brazil, and are saying Rio de Janeiro. Let's see if that is right. It is Rio de Janeiro. Well, we went from very high score to very low score to 2 very low scores indeed. Fantastic. Well done, Jane and Chris, back in the game. After 2 questions, it's 1-1.
Sander, do you want to have a turn of clearing them?
Yes, I think we've had them all, actually. Naples for Neapolitan.
Yep. That was 51.
Madrid for Madrileño.
Yep. Madrid scored 68.
And Havana for Habanero.
Yeah, and that was 42.
Thank you very much indeed. Right, here comes the decider. Whoever wins this third question goes through to that final and plays for the jackpot. Very best of luck to both pairs. Our third question is all about shuffled poker terms. Chris.
Yeah, so we're going to give you 5 terms used in a game of poker, but they've been shuffled up in their anagram form. And as many of these have got multiple words, so we've also given you the number of letters that in each word when it's unshuffled. Each of these terms has been taken from the World Series of Poker Glossary of Poker Terms. Didn't know that was a thing, but there we are. Unscramble them and obviously try and get the most obscure ones. Good luck.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, let's reveal our 5 anagrams of poker terms, and here they come. Funk Roof Aid, 4214. Foul Rashly, 55. Arise, 5. Cracked Post, 6, 5. And Soulful He, 4, 5. There we are. Stephen and Steph will go first.
No, 2, that's all. No, 1.
Can we go for
1 or 2?
the top one?
Yep.
Being 4 of a kind.
4 of a kind, say Stephen and Steph. Now, Jane and Chris, can you talk us through the rest of that board?
I think the second one's Royal Flush.
OK, that's the one you're going to go for. So we have 4 of a kind and Royal Flush. Now, Stephen and Steph went for 4 of a kind for the top one. Let's see how many of our 100 said 4 of a kind. It's right. It's another good answer. Dan, 4 of a kind to 8. Very well done indeed. Meanwhile, Jane and Chris have gone for Royal Flush for foul rashly. Let's see how many of our 100 said Royal Flush. Royal Flush is right. Another close one. Look, down it goes. So 14 for Royal Flush, which means very well done indeed, Stephen and Steph. After 3 questions, you're through to the final 2-1.
Well done. You picked 2 of the 3 lowest scorers on the board there. Awesome stuff. Xander, do you want to have a turn at clearing this up?
Middle one's Rays.
Yeah, that's right. That's 38. Rays, very good.
No idea what the next one is.
Soulful He is
Full
House. Yeah, you got it just before I said it. Very good. Full House, that was 23. And pointless answer, Pocket Cards.
Oh, very nice.
Pocket Cards. Very nice.
There we go. Thank you very much. Indeed, that means the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round. Jane and Chris, I'm afraid it is you. I'm not that afraid because it means you come back next time and we'll get to see you again, which is all terrific news. And you can take it through to the final next time. Jane and Chris, thank you very much indeed for playing. But for Stephen and Steph, it's now time for the pointless final. Yeah, very, very strong indeed. Congratulations, Stephen and Steph. You fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win the pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £5,250. Well, now, 4 things will appear on that board. What on earth would you like to see come up?
I'd like to see sport, ideally golf, but any sort of sport, it'd be quite a nice...
OK, Steph?
Anything Disney, ideally.
OK.
Any animated movies would be good.
OK, animated movies.
Yeah.
Should we say that?
Yeah.
You notice how he brings golf even into pointless? I mean, unbelievable. Well, look, very, very best of luck. Let's hope something appears on here that you feel you can have a crack at. We have got Flash Gordon, physicists, 17th century English poems, eSports Awards.
None of it.
I mean, it's like a dream come true, isn't it?
One of them's got the word sport in it.
What is eSports, do you know?
like gaming.
We're trying to go at that.
Not really, no.
Oh, right.
I'll be perfectly honest.
That's good. Do you know anything about Flash Gordon?
You decide.
I'll go eSports Awards, do you think?
Go for it if you want.
We'll gamble at eSports Awards.
OK, eSports Awards. It's been around for a little while, this one. Chris?
The eSports Awards showcase the success and achievements of players, teams, media, hardware providers, games, events and personalities involved in eSports on a global scale, it says here. We're looking for anyone who's been nominated or has won the eSports Personality of the Year Award. We'll accept either given names or gaming pseudonyms.
Oh, wow. That's a clue.
Or we're going to look for any game that's been nominated or has won the eSports Game of the Year Award. These are both according to the official eSports Awards website from the first annual ceremony in 2016 to 2022. Best of luck to you and best of luck to anyone playing along at home.
Thank you very much indeed. So, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
We're going for
The
number 2.
only personality I can think of would be Ninja, but he's quite well known.
But how many people would know it?
That's what I mean.
Because I wouldn't know anyone.
Winners nominees for games, you've got Rocket League, I think probably won it. You've got, if any of the FIFA's won it, but I doubt they've won it.
What about football? Is it NFL? You've got NFL, whatever
Madden,
year is.
so you've got Madden 20, maybe Madden 20, Madden 21. You've got NBA 2K, maybe might have won one.
What about Tiger Woods golf, anything like that?
No, not really an e-sport they use. I'd imagine it'd be maybe go for one of the Madden games, maybe go for Rocket League, and then I think we might have to try Ninja and just hope that one of them is pointless.
Is it Madden 20 what?
If we go Madden...
2K.
10 seconds left.
No, it's the year, so it'd be like Madden 22, something like that.
It started in 16.
Yes, we'll do Madden 18 or
Okay, Madden
17,
18.
something like that, yeah.
OK, that is your time up. Let's have your 3 answers now.
We're going for, from the winners and nominees of the Personality of the Year, going to go for Ninja.
Ninja.
And then from the eSports Game of the Year, we're going to go for Rocket League.
Rocket League.
And then Madden 19.
Madden 19. Of those three, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
I'd go for Rocket League.
Rocket League we'll put last. Least likely to be pointless?
I'd put Madden.
Madden 19, and then Ninja goes in the middle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have Madden 19, we have Ninja, and we have Rocket League. If one of these turns out to be pointless, wins that jackpot, what would you like to spend £5,250 on?
It'd be towards our honeymoon in Japan next March.
Perfect. Well, listen, let's keep everything crossed that one of these turns out to be pointless. Madden 19 is your first answer. In this case, we are looking for winners and nominees of Esports Game of the Year. How many of our 100 said Madden 19? Oh. Yeah, that one didn't look that good. I said, yeah. But the others look good. Ninja. In this category, we are looking for winners and nominees of Esports Personality of the Year. Let's see if Ninja is a correct answer. Might it be pointless? Now Ninja is a correct answer. Your first answer, Madden 19, was incorrect. Ninja, absolutely bang on the money. Now, if this goes all the way down to 0, you leave here with £5,250. Ninja's in single figures. Down it goes. Still it goes down to 1. You thought Ninja was people would know Ninja. One person knew Ninja. I wonder if that bodes well for Rocket League, your third answer. This is the one you decided to put last. Let's find out. Again, we're back on Game of the Year. Winners and nominees. £5,250 riding on this. Might Rocket League be pointless? Well, it's correct. Madden 19 was incorrect. Ninja took us all the way down to 1. Rocket League now takes us down through the teens. £5,250 if this is 0. Down it goes, still going down through. You've done it! Very well done indeed. Fabulous work. Rocket League has just won you £5,250.
Brilliant. I'm absolutely buzzing. I can't believe it. I'm sweating. This never happens. Well done. That was incredible.
You picked the right category.
That was the right category.
It just had the word sports in it and he nailed it. Very, very, very well done. I'm buzzing for you. Let's look at some of the other pointless answers, especially for people playing along at home. This is for winners and nominees of Esports Personality of the Year. Bruno Nobu Goiz, Ifia Shocks de Portera, Gabriel Fallen Toledo, Lee Faker Sanghio. There were loads of pointless answers here. Everyone was pointless apart from the following who did score, which was Matthew Nadeshot Hogg, Michael Shroud Grisek, and Tyler Ninja Blevins, your mate. Moving on to the pointless answers for nominees and winners of Esports Game of the Year. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, absolute classic there. Dota 2, Rocket League, Street Fighter 5. The only scoring answers here were Fortnite, Call of Duty, League of Legends, FIFA 17, Overwatch, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and Valorant. Haven't heard of most of them.
No.
I know Call of Duty. I feel old.
I know. You tried being me. Thank you very much indeed, Chris, and thanks once again to our winning players, Stephen and Steph, who take away today's jackpot of £5,250. Very well done indeed. Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Chris.
I've had a lovely time.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.